Welcome to episode 72 of Meet the GIMP. Have you learned a second language at school? And do you remember how it was to speak in that language? How comfortable you were, or better said, how uncomfortable you were, let's say at the age of 14? Well, here is Max from Munich, and he tells you something about making such an envelope from scratch in GIMP. And, well, you may have guessed it. Max is 14 years old.
Hey guys, today I will show you how to create something like this. You can find the tutorial in a written form on median-web.baidu.de, and that's my homepage, and it's in German. So at first open up the GIMP, create a new file with 1024 by 768 pixels, and at first we're gonna create a simple background. So pick up a gray, a dark gray. So this is 6B, 6B, 6B. Okay, and drag it just like that. No, sorry, I forgot to set the shape to radial. Okay, create a new layer and call it letter and basic or something like that. And we will fill the layer with a simple rectangle. And yes, like this. This is the basic size of the letter, and fill it with this color. Here that's BE9E6B. Click on OK and drag it into your selection. And now we're gonna add some texture. There is already a quite similar tutorial on PSD Tuts. That's a Photoshop tutorial site, and they are using texture so they don't make it from scratch, and you can see the nice texture of this old paper. We're gonna use the Gimpressionist. You can find it at Filters, Artistic, and then Gimpressionist. And there are some defaults, and we choose Apply Canvas. Click on Apply and Update, and we're gonna change the paper to Canvas 2. Click on Update and you can see the nice texture we're gonna get. Click on OK, and here we go with that. Now we're gonna create a border, create a new layer, call it maybe border, and set a fixed size, 50 by 100 pixel, and just create a selection anywhere in this document, and fill it with D8000000. Okay, drag it into your selection and move the selection like this. that next to the red one and fill it with a light gray. Easy, easy, easy. Drag it in the selection again, or into, and drag this, move the selection and fill it with a dark blue 000E9D. Click on OK, and OK. So this, maybe you can call it a French flag, and we gonna create a pattern and make a selection over all of the flag and with 1 pixel as height. Click on Edit, Copy, and now it's on our clipboard, and you can find it there when you change the fill type to clipboard. Oops, okay. So delete this layer, create a new layer, call it border again, and select all, and just click on the image, okay? And now we're gonna change, we're gonna rotate it by 55 pixels and anchor it. And now we're gonna cut this border, or these stripes to a border. Click on Alpha to selection on your letter. Click on select and invert to have this selection and not this inside of of this, and go on edit and then clear. Oops. Sorry, you got to click on the border layer again and click on clear. So we're gonna invert it again to have the original selection, and we're gonna shrink the selection by maybe 25 pixels, and the 25 pixel gonna be the width of the border. Click on OK and go on edit, clear again. And to have the texture of this letter, we're gonna change the layer mode on soft light, and now we're gonna add some grunge to the border. Click on with the right mouse button on the border layer and click on Add Layer Mask and select White Full Opacity. Click on Add, and we're gonna apply filters, render, clouds, plasma by 7 and check randomize. Okay, and that's a bit too grungy. We're gonna change that using brightness contrast to 50 by 50. Okay, and to clean it up, we're gonna apply the layer mask. And okay, and now we're gonna create a stamp called the layer stamp, and of course you can use a stock image again, for example this queen, but we want to create a letter from scratch, so we won't gonna use it. Make sure that fixed, yes, okay, that fixed isn't checked, and just create a selection and fill it with D2 CD B4. Click on OK and drag it into the selection and create a new layer, call it inner stamp, and shrink the selection by 8 pixels and fill it with a darker color 9F 9A 85. Click on OK and drag it in this. Okay, and we're gonna add a layer mask again, and now I'm gonna explain what we do. We're gonna use the paintbrush tool with a circle 7, change the foreground color to black, and what is really important, to change the spacing, and I'm explaining that now on a new document. So in normal spacing like this 20, it's a straight line when you draw, but if you put it maybe on 200, there is a big spacing and you get these dots, and we're gonna use it for the for this border of the stamp. And so click on Alpha 2 selection. Oh, okay. And click on Edit Stroke Selection and stroke with the paint brush. And here we have to make sure that it's 150. Click on stroke, and here's our nice dotted border. To clean it up again, we're gonna apply the layer mask and merge this layer down. And now I'm gonna add a logo to the stamp. That's not from scratch. I'm gonna use Wilbur. Just copy it, file, copy, and edit, paste. Now Wilbur is too big, so I'm gonna just transform him using Shift T or this icon in the toolbox. Make sure that this is connected, otherwise it would get a little bit too, let's say, perspective, and transform it and click on the inner of this Wilbur and okay, click on scale if you are happy with that, and create a new layer or just anchor it or merge down to the layer stamp. So I made a mistake. I made the stamp a bit too big, so I'm gonna transform it now. Yeah, okay, that's much better. I'm gonna move it again, and we're gonna add an ink stamp. Use the eclipse tool, and to have a perfect selection, yes, a perfect circle, we're gonna check fix aspect ratio and 1 to 1 and drag it in there, and we're gonna stroke the path, the selection, with a line width by 1 pixel. Okay, shrink the selection by 10 pixel and remove some selection using this icon or press Ctrl. Okay, and stroke it again. To make it more realistic, we're gonna add some text, maybe Verdana as a font, any date, 01.01.01, and change the size and move it to this, and maybe write that in there something, maybe million minus web, and change the size and put it into the middle. Yeah, okay, we call it ink stamp. No, merge this layer down and this to the stamp, and now we're gonna add some lines to it, like on a real stamp, the ink stamp. And to have the same beginning, we're gonna add a line and use the paintbrush tool with a circle 1. Click like this and press shift to have a straight line, and Control to have yes, like this. Click and draw the others. Okay, click on Alpha to Selection and use the filter Distort Curve Bend. Click on Automatic Preview and create some curves like that, and click on Copy to have this lower line like this. If you're happy with that, click on OK and create a new layer, delete the old one and move it oops, into the stamp, and fix this using the eraser tool. And yeah, set the offset to linear again and drag a gradient like that. Apply the layer mask and and merge down the layers to one stamp layer. And to make it more realistic, and again we're gonna use the smudge tool with a soft brush, maybe the Circle Fuzzy 17, and using red maybe 30, and click very often on that to smudge it. Oops. I'm moving the lines out of the image and select the smudge tool again. Okay, so this is our stamp. Oops, I merged this layer to the ink stamp to the original stamp, so I'm gonna use Control and Z to make this yes, okay, and now smudge it again. Okay, and we're gonna add some text to it. The address, type anything, maybe my name, Maximilian Dirkman, and some address, maybe High Road 48, and maybe Universe. And now we're gonna use a font, a handwritten font. I chose Daniel, and on the font.com you can find nice fonts in the handwritten section, and yes, choose one and select it in the text tool. So I choose Daniel and make it, increase the size like this. Move it. Yes, like this. And we're gonna add some grunge effect and some kind of hues. If the the letter is very old, and we need the letter to add this effect, but without the background, and the letter should be on one layer. So we're gonna make the background layer invisible and click on image, merge visible layers, and click on merge. Can enable the background again. Create a new layer. The name doesn't matter. Maybe bump map, because we're gonna use the bump map filter, fill it with with black. I'm deleting this line again, and use the blend tool, and make sure that the mode is on difference and the shape is square. And now drag some big ones, like this. Make it invisible, change to the letter, and go on filters, map, bump map, and choose the bump map layer, and you can set the elevation and the depth for having a more heavy effect, or just not that hard. Click on OK, and now it's like this, and this is already our outcome. So where can you use it? I will show you an example. Maybe create a new image, copy the letter, edit, copy, and make edit, paste, and use the perspective tool. Shift and P is the shortcut, and just make it very more little, like this. Create a new layer and create and write some text. Write me mail or an email. Okay, put in a backspace, and maybe Verdana as a font. Make it, decrease the size and put it like this, and use the crop tool to have this. And yes, that's our outcome. You can use it on your web page, but you have to have the same, to have an alpha channel on, to have the same background as at the web page. You have to delete the background layer and save it as a .png, and have fun with that. And please write a comment. See you. Bye bye.
And I also say goodbye. I'll see you next Tuesday, and next Thursday in 1 week you'll have Philip here back. Goodbye.
photocastnetwork.com, your photography resource in the potosphere. photocastnetwork.com